Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So, internet craze right now in technology world is that Apple decided to allow Android Wear to work on its operating system for notifications, and that is about where it stops. Notifications is all you're going to get if you decide to run out and buy the Moto 360 or just any Android watch. It seems like at this point works with the Android Wear app in the Apple Store. So pairing is a little different. You have to have, if you have the Moto 360, you have to have it updated to the latest 1.3, I believe it is, because if you buy it straight out of the box, it won't pair. So you have to have it updated, and you'll need an Android phone to do that, which I'm pretty sure you can find someone with an Android phone if you're not an Android user and you only own Apple. You were trying to do this little trick here to save money and not buying an Apple Watch. But nonetheless, notifications are what you're going to get. They come in. There's nothing, I can't say that it doesn't work. There are a few things, well, there's one thing in particular that you have to do. And I was actually, over the weekend, I was doing a Periscope, and my man Johnny Appleseed pointed it out to me. I was like, oh man, I didn't know that. You know, if you're having a connection issue with your Moto 360, it'll just say it's out of range. You know, you got to make sure you're connected, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out why it was doing this, but such a very simple trick. You just have to leave the Android Wear app open in the background. You can't close, you swipe the cards away on your iPhone. You have to leave that one open, and it'll stay connected the entire time. I tested this over the weekend after Johnny, I know it's not his real name, Johnny Appleseed, told me, he said, you know, unfortunate thing, I think he's testing it too. He said you gotta leave the app open in the background. You know, I don't like that. You know, I didn't even think about that. So yes, you leave the application open on the background and you won't get that connection error. Something as simple as that. At least that worked for me. I don't know if that's a cure-all, but when he told me that, it did work, and that solved that issue. Now, moving on to the next, just having the experience, now here's the thing, if you're just looking for notifications, this is a good buy. I mean, you should go get, if you're an iPhone person, go get you an Android Wear watch, and you'll be happy with just getting the notifications. For one, you'll save $300 or probably or so from buying the Apple Watch, thousands in some situations, but you'll save a lot of money, and you'll get your notifications. It actually works. All the testing and everything is great. It just works. It's flawless. So other than that, I don't see the purpose of buying an Android watch over just going ahead and getting the Apple Watch if you have an iPhone, because you'll find that if you use this first and then use this, link it together, you're going to be highly disappointed because you really can't do anything. You can do some voice, some maps work, but other than that, man, I mean, Apple's stick with the Apple products and leave Android to Android. And you know, that's kind of how it is. Notifications come in, I'll send some text messages to myself here. They come in, and you know, it works, you know, it pops up here. I'm not wearing the Apple Watch, so it won't pop up on my wrist. But you know, I don't know. I don't think it's the best buy to just jump right out there and buy an Android watch just because it's available at such a lower price and you can link it with your iPhone now. Don't think it's a good idea. Moving on. My experiences with it, it works, but that's about all it does. You're just going to get notifications, and that's it. So so you can stop the video right here if you were just interested in my thoughts on pairing and testing the Android Wear app on iOS. You can stop. It's a good deal, but I wouldn't rush out and buy an Android watch or Android Wear watch. If you have an iPhone, I would just say get an Apple Watch, and you'll be highly impressed with the combination. So you can stop the video right here if you want to. Now, for those hanging around, wow, look at the Gear S. I look at the new generation Gear S, and I often wonder why they didn't go with a simple watch style first. This is just a horrible design. It's crazy because this cost me $350, and plus taxes, so almost $400. And you look at how how ugly and how bulky this thing looks. It's just unbelievable that this is the design that they went with first. Yeah, there's a lot of perks to this. It's a standalone. As you can see, I have a SIM card in there, so I can make phone calls from this. But I've given my thoughts on that, and I've given my experiences on that. And oh boy, when I compared these to the Moto 360 versus the Gear S, everybody whined and cried in the video. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. You didn't mention this. You didn't mention that. Yada, yada, yada. Guys, stop. Anyway, my opinion and my experiences are my experiences. This is just, now, you seriously take a look at this. Now, you look at the way the technology is going. Yes, this is the first generation of this one, but still, look at how first gens compare. Look at all these first gens. This just looks horrible, man. I mean, trial and error. I will give Samsung that. This is a horrible watch. Over time, it is, because it's uncomfortable, it's clunky, it's bulky. You know that you're wearing technology on your wrist, and I've said that before. You know that you're wearing technology on your wrist when you get this. It's just technology. You're not doing it because you want to wear it to a dinner party. You can't. Even their silicone band and plastic band doesn't feel as good as this. Sadly, that's just how it is. And I will see how this is over time. But I could still see myself wearing this a year from now. This is already in a box. The wear on it, the clasp is uncomfortable. It's just weird. But they have solved for that with their new Gear S2, which is a lot more affordable, and it works with other Android phones. So Samsung, you finally got that right. So, yeah, I think these first gens are flawless. I think these watches right here are just fantastic in my experience. This one was too, but quickly I stopped using this. And see, that's the thing. I stopped using this watch as a daily because of the battery. The battery's great when you're not making phone calls. You're just getting notifications and doing some mild texting and things like that. This is pretty good overall. And all the haters will jump in right now and say, mine lasts for 3 days. Okay, yeah, like I just said, when you're not using it for phone calls, if a person is out there and they're using this on Bluetooth, you cannot talk more than 20 minutes. The phone will give you a message, the watch will give you a message saying your device is getting too hot. We are going to shut this off now. We're going into airplane mode. It happens. And I don't know why everybody acts like that doesn't happen. I don't have a reason to make that up. Nonetheless, that's what happens. So that was a quick turnoff for me for this. So I feel like I wasted money, and the resale on it is crap because no one wants them. So, this first gen was a lesson learned for Samsung. Now, I definitely don't plan on buying the Gear S2. Even though it works with other Android devices, I don't think so. Moto 360 works with all. I'm not tied down to just a Tizen OS, and it's going to be great. So the Gear S2, hey, go find some videos on it. But I'm telling you, unless it drops to $100, I don't plan on getting it. I don't have a reason to really, because I still got this clunky thing that I can use. So. But I'm just bashing this watch. It was a good watch. It really was. But nonetheless, this is your man Jay Will. Check out these first gens. If you have some watches, I know a lot of you guys have more than one watch. What do you think about if you don't own an Apple Watch, if you don't own an Apple iPhone, then you probably don't own an Apple Watch. But don't comment on that. If you don't have the experience with it, don't leave stupid comments. Oh, Apple's crap and this guy's an iFan or whatever you want to say. Because you're just out here causing trouble. And I'm just going to delete your comment anyway. So it's pointless for you to do so. So if you have some different kinds of watches, comment. Let me know if you think I should get the Gear S2 or just some watch that you have that I don't have. And what do you think about Apple's Apple Watch? And what do you think about the Android Wear? And are you still rocking your Gear S? It's your man Jay Will. I will see you in the next one.